Ilkley Moor is an area of moorland in West Yorkshire, England. There have been many UFO sightings on the moor. Skeptics have suggested that this is because of the nearby proximity of Menworth Hill Air Force Base and Leeds Bradford Airport. Philip Spencer had moved from London to remote West Yorkshire with his wife and child in order to be closer to his wife's family following his retirement from the police force. On a cold morning on the 1st of December 1987, Spencer began walking across Ilkley Moor to visit his father-in-law in East Morton. He had taken a camera with him, as well as a compass, in case there was fog. According to Spencer, he was walking up a small hill when he noticed an odd-looking figure just up the trail ahead of him. It was dark green and about 4 feet tall, with an oversized head and long, thin arms. The creature made a gesture at Spencer, which he took to be a gesture telling him to stay away, but he took out his camera and took a picture of it. The creature ran away and Spencer followed it. He lost the creature in the fog, but saw a craft rise from the moor and disappear into the sky. He described the craft as being a whitish colour consisted of 2 saucer-shaped parts that were attached, with one being on top of the other. There was also a loud hum. He did not take a photograph of the craft. Rather than continue his planned route, Spencer headed to another town that was about half an hour away. When he arrived, he discovered that it was 2 hours later in the day than he had expected it to be. Additionally, the compass that he had taken with him was pointed in the opposite direction than it should have. In the days following the alleged incident, Spencer made contact with UFO researchers Jenny Randalls and Peter Huff. Huff claimed to have been extremely skeptical at first, but later came to believe Spencer. Spencer handed over the copyright of the photo to Huff. Although the story quickly made the news, Spencer insisted on keeping his anonymity. Various write-ups of the case have made it clear that Spencer did not make any money from the story. As well as the examining the site, Huff sent the photograph to a number of experts. A wildlife photographer who examined the photograph and said that it was not from any known animal. Experts at the Kodak laboratory in Hemel Hempstead said they could not detect any evidence of tampering. Dr. Bruce Maccabee, a US Navy optics expert and a UFOologist, concluded that the photograph was too grainy for proper testing. According to the ufologist, Nick Redfern, Spencer was hassled by the Ministry of Defence a few days after the incident on the moor. He says that they opened a file on Spencer and sent 2 men in black to his home to intimidate him into silence. While the photograph was being examined, Spencer claimed he had experienced strange dreams. Following Huff's advice, he attended a session of regressive hypnotherapy. This was carried out by Dr. Jim Singleton on the 16th of March 1988. Under hypnosis, Spencer's original account of the incident changed. Singleton had called it a genuine recall. Spencer now recalled that upon seeing the creature on the hill, he was instantly paralysed. He was then lifted up a few feet and pulled into the craft. When he entered the craft, a voice told him to be calm. A group of green aliens then performed medical experiments on him, inserting items into his nose and mouth. He was given a tour of the craft and shown a film. The film showed apocalyptic imagery, including nuclear explosions, famines and floods. Spencer was then shown a second film. He has never revealed the contents of the second film, saying that the aliens who abducted him do not want humanity to know. Following this, Spencer has returned to Ilkley Moor, where he then took the famous photograph. He claimed that the alien was actually waving goodbye to him, not telling him to stay away, as in his original account. The Ilkley Moor incident generated headlines in the UK at the time and remains of the country's most infamous UFO sightings. Nick Pope, a journalist who previously worked on the UFO desk of the Ministry of Defence, included this event in the 2011 Top 10 UFO Incidents in the UK. It has been cited as one of the most persuasive UFO incidents to ever occur. Skeptics have claimed that the whole incident is a hoax, They have said that the photograph is so blurry that it is far from proof of any alien visitors to Earth. They have argued that the alien in the photograph could easily be a man or a cardboard cutout. Skeptics have also asked why Spencer did not take a photograph of the craft, noting that such a photograph would be more difficult to fake. Skeptics have also dismissed the supposed physical evidence of the broken compass, saying that it is easy to manually rack a compass. This is not the only time in the 1980s where UFOs have been claimed to be seen in the UK. On the 29th of November 1980 at 5 AM, police officer Alan Godfrey claims to have been abducted by an alien spacecraft in Todmorden in West Yorkshire. A strange luminescent object had been spotted by other local police officers at the same time. Again in December of 1980, a series of reported sightings of unexplained lights and objects in the sky and alleged landings of an extraterrestrial spacecraft occurred on Randlesham Forest, Suffolk, on the 26th of December. It is perhaps the most famous UFO event to have happened in Britain, ranking among the best UFO events worldwide. On the 12th of August 1983, 77-year-old Alfred Berthaud was quietly fishing in the Basingstoke Canal when a UFO landed nearby. Two humanoid beings beckoned him onto their disc-shaped vehicle and was medically examined by English-speaking creatures. He was rejected by the creatures because he was too old. On the 26th of April 1984, several people reported a UFO over Stanmore in northwest London and was seen by two police officers. Again on the 13th of October 1984, several people seen a flying saucer over Waterloo Bridge in London. On the 19th of November 1987, at 7 PM, a large UFO was seen at close quarters hovering over houses in Brearley Hill. With all these different sightings of aliens throughout the UK in such a short time in the 1980s, did Philip Spencer really get abducted and taken onto an alien craft? And more importantly, did he capture a photograph of the alien that he encountered?